Hello, my name is Diamond Hipple, and I'm doing the case study on Humana. So, Humana is one of the nation's largest and fastest growing health benefits companies. They went from 11 million members to 14 million members as of today. That's since they wrote the book. Now, in addition to that, they've also went from 25,000 associates to 51,000 same time. That's impressive. They've pioneered consumer focus in a product focused industry, and it's basically changing the way that the industry works. They've developed a learning consortium, and as Chapter 4 stated, they had to move from a current reality to a desired location. So this requires major change in Humana's case. And then there's Humana Leadership Institute too. So that change led to becoming a learning organization and develop leaders. A case for leadership development. Industry troubles with healthcare costs. So everyone knows that healthcare costs always going up drastically. And that's a problem because people don't want to pay more for health insurance, especially when really all you're paying for is a promise. It's a promise by the healthcare provider to pay. People don't enjoy paying for that, especially if the cost keeps going up. Humana decided to focus on the customer rather than the product. So this is really beneficial to the customers because it empowers them and it helps them to make informed decisions about purchasing their healthcare. So there's a change in vision that would require a change in operations. So Humana was changing from the way traditional insurance operates. It's a big change, and that means that they would have to operate differently than what the traditional company does. And because they were changing, the company would have to learn a new way of doing things. The consumerism strategy would be obtained by becoming a learning organization. Humana's Learning Consortium. So they had to also start by creating a new position called the CLO. It's the Chief Learning Officer. And the first task is to assess the current state of the learning organization. What was the current learning development and how much did it cost? The business unit learning allowed for training to be relevant and customized, but had no connection with the rest of the company. And this led to duplication of programs and a waste of resources. It's awful. New structure is needed to build a learning organization that aligned the learning strategy with the business strategy and to create an organizational model that would fit the culture and added business value. Then we have the shared service model. And this is learning resources that can be used across the company. We have the business unit. This is for performance gaps that are identified within the unit, as well as the training needed to fix the gaps. This allows the training to be specific to each unit's needs. And if a need crosses multiple units, then the Learning Consortium provides resources to coordinate between units for efficiency. Efficiency is super important. And then the Learning Consortium governance oversees the training to ensure its effectiveness. It also tracks reporting and spending. The idea behind the consortium is taking advantage of the strengths of centralized and decentralized learning while avoiding the weakness. It creates a unifying framework but allows the benefit of the close reporting relationships in the business units. And the implementation and results. So engaging with the senior leaders. So since the company okay, so Chapter 4 states to hold leaders accountable, and change has to start from the top and trickle down to the bottom. So the leaders must be engaged and they have to buy into the vision of the company. And we have Learning Summit is to create a community among the learning professionals and to establish common goals. Learning frequency increased while spending is decreased. Lessons learned to find a common value and purpose to keep the group together, do what is right for the business, build trust, provide developmental opportunities. Learning and spending is decreased by about 33%, while learning sessions are increased by about 5,000%. That's major. A group that works for a common goal is more likely to succeed. So if everyone understands the same common goal, or what their goal is, then the success rate is higher. Makes perfect sense. And then Humana's Leadership Institute. So the company, since they're taking the new direction, they needed to change the way that the leaders think, and the need for a new developmental program that would articulate the business strategy and develop out of an industry perspective and collaborate across boundaries. In Chapter 4, states to focus on high potential leaders. This is what Humana is doing with their Leadership Institute. And we have high potential leaders. That's for taking about the top 150 leaders and having them select high potential leaders to personally develop. So this allows for tailor-made development plans. And these high potential leaders are also trained on common needs through different programs. Then we have the business simulator. This allows small groups of leaders to run Humana in a simulation and compete against one another. They make decisions on technology, sales, service, products, and they have to deal with unexpected events. Their goal is to have the best financial and operational metrics. The simulator allows participants the importance of seeing long-term strategy and how their decision will affect the entire business and how they fit the entire process and how they fit in with the entire process of the company. We also have real world work, and the CEO presents a group with a question, and it's to explore and to find an answer. The program consists of a discovery phase, a developmental phase, and a deliver phase. And through the phases, the group assigned teams and tasks are pretty much to be carried out. They can use any resources available, research inside and outside the company, and interviews with leaders. They would then take the information and develop recommendations, finding values and principles, and how they would achieve their goals. And finally, they would present to their senior executives. This program allows leaders to think outside of the box, and it creates a new approach to problem solving. It also allows participants a way to think on a larger scale while also developing as a team. Then we have women in leadership. So developing women leaders is critical to our future success. Humana believes that diversity can lead to greater innovation. And they focus in on high potential leaders, who just so happen to be female. The training focused on group and individual coaching sessions like peer coaching and thought leadership. Training sessions take place about once a month. Women are exposed to tools and resources. Executives share their insights and stories on leadership. And there are also one-on-one coaching sessions with the executives. And we have our keys to success. Basically, it's you do what works best for the company. You don't try to copy someone else. Instead, tailor the program to your company's culture. Executive buy-in, build on the success of the program. So as stated earlier, change starts from the top. And you need the executives to believe in the vision so that they can reflect that onto other leaders. You keep building on what is working, and if it's not working, you should change it. Don't be satisfied with the results. Continue to improve and develop. This actually reminds me a lot of the company that I currently work for. This is how they are. They're always driven. And we should always invest in improving skills and knowledge of the leaders, and that will help the company to adapt to future change. Thank you for watching my slideshow presentation.